Bulls Nation, there have been more news in relation to signings for the Chicago Bulls. Just a few hours after the Memphis Grizzlies games, we have finally understood some of the pieces of news the Chicago Bulls have done. And I think many people, I know a lot of people that are really excited about what I'm going to be talking about today. You probably see it in the thumbnail, you see it in the title. But without further ado, let's discuss the Chicago Bulls and their news in this video. Let's do it. What's going on, everybody? It's the Bulls Show, aka Aidan, and welcome back to another video. Today we've got the latest Chicago Bulls news to present to you today, and it's going to be very interesting to see where this future is going to be and the decisions that the Chicago Bulls are making late on in the training camp experience just after the Memphis Grizzlies game. Before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Bulls Show, turn notifications on, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls and the decisions that they're making late on in this training camp experience. With that being said, I know a lot of people are big fans of this guy. I know a lot of people wanted him to be signed on from a while back. And ladies and gentlemen, I think many people have finally got the answer that they were looking for. Troy Baxter Jr. is officially signed with the Chicago Bulls on that non-guaranteed contract, as I said before. But obviously, this is a really confusing one, but also one that I think many people have clarified, to me at least, over the course of the few days. When we signed Bryce Alford and we waived him straight away, this was, I guess, a sign that Bryce Alford will potentially be playing for our GLeague team. And this is something that I feel is going to be very similar with Troy Baxter and what we're going to do with him. Because we signed him on to a non-guaranteed contract. And ladies and gentlemen, there's no games left for preseason, so all he has is training to kind of impress the Chicago Bulls. And we're at that stage now where we need to make cuts to the roster. So the Chicago Bulls didn't give much of a chance to Troy Baxter. However, the potential idea of playing him either in the two-way contract spot or potentially just sending him straight to the G League means he's in and around the team, he's in and around the city, and of course we have a close eye on his progression in the G League. And this is something that seems to be very intriguing as well. This is what the Hornets, I believe, did for LiAngelo Ball as well when they waived him as soon as they signed him, and now he's playing for their G League team. So again, it looks like this is the type of situation the Chicago Bulls are in at the moment, where they're signing players to play for the G League pretty much in a way where they sign them on non-guaranteed contracts and then they eventually waive them to play them in the G League. Pretty interesting, to say the least. I'm intrigued to see what's going to happen in relation to all of this and whether or not this is, I guess, going to be true for the Chicago Bulls. Again, it's not going to be official, I don't think, but it does seem like that's the direction that we're heading in. I want to thank the people that wrote in the comments below about this situation, because I truly think that's the avenue that we're going down with all these signings. Troy Baxter Jr. We all know who he is. We've all seen his highlights. We all know his ups and downs. We all know that there are a big fan base behind this player, and especially around the Chicago Bulls as well. Many people have seen this guy from the very beginning and wanted him to play on this team. And I think I made a video not too long ago saying I would love Troy Baxter on that two-way contract. So I don't know if this is going to be the case. I still think there's going to be a chance for him maybe to make that two-way or final roster spot. But more or less, I feel it's likely he's going to spend his time in the G League for the Chicago Bulls this year. And again, that gives us another avenue where if we need a desperation player, we could potentially bring him up to the main roster and sign him on maybe a 10-day contract or even a year's contract if everything goes right for the Chicago Bulls and we have a roster spot for him remaining. So good to see. And of course, we all know what he could do. He has the ability to use his athleticism. He's a freak athlete in this NBA team. Again, he provides something in terms of the depth in the forward positions and potentially even the center position at times that allows the Chicago Bulls to use that to their best capabilities as well. He's a fan favorite around the team, so I don't think there are many people who are going to be too upset about this situation right now. And let's see what's going to happen in relation to Troy Baxter. He's going to be a really strong player to have, even in the G League as well. So we're going to have the best opportunity now as Bulls fans to keep an eye on him and see how well he progresses throughout the course of his G League experience. And there might be opportunities down the line for him, even if it's not this season, to join the Chicago Bulls at another time. So that's really interesting to see as well. And again, this is the news, ladies and gentlemen. This is what the Chicago Bulls have been doing in relation to their roster, in relation to the signings. As of this time of recording, we have not made any cuts to the roster besides Bryce Alford, which means by the time this video comes out, maybe the Chicago Bulls have waived somebody else. Maybe the Chicago Bulls have kept all their players at the moment and they're still waiting and processing in their own minds who's going to be in the roster and who's going to fall out. So these are the interesting things that we need to look for. So with the Chicago Bulls, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a very interesting time. The space between now and the regular season where we get to see the decisions made by the Chicago Bulls on who's going to be good enough for this team, who's going to get into this team, and potentially if any of them get into this team. So that's a really interesting concept to talk about as well. But this is something that I haven't seen the Chicago Bulls do before in relation to the G League. Sign someone, then waive them just to send them to the G League. And again, as I said before, I think the Hornets did this with LiAngelo Ball, and I think LiAngelo Ball is going to play with their G League team now. So it's a pretty interesting way to, I guess, make your signings. But we'll wait and see if this ends up coming true. I think most likely this is the direction that we're going to go down, and I'm very intrigued to see what we're going to do with this. But we'll wait and see. Again, I always feel like if you're signing someone on a training camp roster, even if it is just practice, they have opportunities presented to them to make the team. So it's not the end or be all when it comes to maybe he is going to the G League. Maybe there is a real opportunity here for someone like Troy Baxter, who we know has great highlights. We know is a high athlete, and we are a team full of athletes. Maybe there is an opportunity here for this team. And we'll wait and see how that goes, ladies and gentlemen. All I can say is best of luck to Troy Baxter, whether it is the G League or if he does make the team. I think many people have his back. Many people are supporting him from the Chicago Bulls side. We all know what he could bring. We've all seen him in the Summer League. And we all know what type of player that he is. And he does have a large fan base behind him. So best of luck to Troy Baxter Jr. And hopefully it goes right in your career when it comes to the Chicago Bulls or the Windy City Bulls, whichever side it is. I'm very intrigued to see what's going to happen. Maybe in a day's time, we're talking about him being waived, which is probably, again, a sign that he's going to be playing in our G League team. We'll wait and see how it goes in relation to Troy Baxter Jr. I'm going to end this video here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. Just a quick short update. Of course, if anything happens throughout the time that I'm either asleep or again, by the time this video comes out, I'll be sure to mention it in another video. But this is what's been happening for the Chicago Bulls in relation to just before the Memphis Grizzlies game. And we obviously are talking about it after the Memphis Grizzlies game. And let me know in the comments below what you think about Troy Baxter. Do you think he'll be staying on this team? Do you think he'll be waived and sent to the G League of this team? We'll wait and see. Who really knows, ladies and gentlemen? With that being said, have a wonderful and safe day. I'll see you in another Chicago Bulls video. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned for more. Take care and peace.